Looks like we are finally live. Yeah, let me listen to this. Oh, goody. Good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this glorious Saturday noon. Testing. Hello. All right, excellent. Sounds very sexy. Sounds beautiful. Sounds perfect. So, this is January of 2020. As you know, I've been going over and reviewing videos that I've done the year prior. Today, we're going to be going over Ben Shapiro's Bad at Debate, and so is Charisma on Command. This is currently my most watched video at 13,000 views. That's a lot of views for me. This may be a short stream because I'm feeling kind of sick today, but that's okay. Let me just share this on Twitter, actually. Sounds so good. This is not Twitter. I live and I am live. No, spelled that wrong. All right. Good. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, I think we're ready. All right, folks. Let's full screen this shit. All right. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and away we go.
Mr. Shapiro, I've been going over your lab work.
All right. This is my first. I think this is like the first video I did green screen in. Look at the curls in my hair. Oh goodness. I can see like the outline here. I've gotten much better at it.
Here, and I'm afraid I have some bad news.
I would urge you not to use the argument from authority.
Excuse me?
Because somebody has a PhD by their name, they know what they're talking about.
I'm your doctor. You have stage 2 syphilis.
That's a dumb argument.
Okay. That's a fun. That was a fun little sketch I did there. The argument, the point I'm making is that, you know, Ben Shapiro is rather incoherent, like syphilis, like he's got syphilis. But the point is like we're poisoning the well a little. We're setting the stage for the rest of Charisma on Command's video. It's that, you know, making claims like this is not. It's not a smart claim, but we'll get to it. Note, I am not an actual doctor. Ben Shapiro does not have syphilis, at least as far as I can tell. The sketch meant to illustrate how dumb his arguments can be. Yeah.
Ben Shapiro.
There's fun music playing. This part got a lot of complaints in the comments because of how loud the music is, but oh well, still the most watched video.
Shapiro is a conservative pop icon. You may know him for his smash hits such as
Ben
Shapiro destroys. Ben Shapiro slams. Ben Shapiro destroys feminism.
That's hilarious though, seeing Ben Shapiro, a young woman's leadership summit.
Ben Shapiro smashes feminism.
he's known for going on TV shows and college campuses and really sticking it to those pesky liberals with facts and logics. The catchphrase associated with him is facts don't care about your feelings. His fans consider him a great, sharp mind
Ugh.
for destroying dumb
Look at this. Just real quick here.
about your feelings. His fans
Always good to talk to someone as sharp as Shapiro. This is Dave Rubin brought Shapiro and Jordan Peterson on. So cringe. 2018 too.
consider him a great, sharp mind for for destroying dumb dems and debauchery and daring debate. How dashing.
Garbage.
I'm here to tell you that none of that is true.
I do look kind of yellow. I bumped the saturation up probably a little too much.
He's not good at debate. He's not even good at getting facts right, really.
You're debating somebody on a stage, in which case your goal is basically to humiliate that person as badly as possible.
It's good to start with that because Charisma Command never brings stuff like that up. He never brings that clip up when he's talking about Ben Shapiro. You know, kind of relevant when someone mentions all of their, blatantly says, here are my intentions, and we'll just conveniently ignore all that.
Hello, I got gluten last week, and there is a celiac rash right on my face.
Looks horrible.
Celiac attack is more than just a funny name. I really have celiac disease. Oh well.
I look so
Instead
sad.
of going through the big library of Ben Shapiro content that's out there on the internet, I'm going to focus specifically on one particular video. This particular video is from YouTuber Charisma on Command, titled 7 Reasons Ben Shapiro is So Dominant in Debates.
Now, the reason why I first picked this video, this Charisma on Command video, is when you went at the time, you'd go and type in just Ben Shapiro. His video was one of the first things that comes up. It was 2 months ago at the time I took that, so it was a lot more recent back then, like a year ago. But you know, it was a lot more relevant at the time.
This video is basically a fanboy's love letter.
Ben Shapiro is one of the most famous and skilled political debaters out there.
And a quick
God, that's a
quick look through his other videos really paints a picture about the kind of person Charisma on Command is. That is kind
Still
of
true.
ad hominem, and you could dispute the relevancy of that at this point. So let's focus
Oh man, I went a lot harder. I'm going a lot harder at him now since then.
on his arguments in this video first.
And third, Ben obviously does quite a bit of research, which is really tough to combat
No, he doesn't. I'm not getting that
without
into this
figures of
video.
your own.
If you're richer, you tend to be married longer on average. People who are poorer tend to get divorced
Where
more
did you get that statistical
often.
trend?
Census Bureau.
What?
Now,
Even
research
now.
is necessary, but I'm more interested in the tactical side of the debate rather than the prep, so I won't go any further into it.
Okay, this move is legal, but it's such a weird way to play. But you're bad at debate and chess is a funny line.
I know his name is Charisma on Command, but I'd like to put just
Sorry
a
about that.
little pin in this and point out that by saying this, he's already sacrificing the importance of objectivity and weighing rhetoric more heavily. He might claim that that's not really an important or relevant critique, and that he just does this for the sake of the video, but it does set a precedent that he will repeat later on.
Let's begin then with Ben's defensive debate tactics, starting with catching non-arguments. And that's because not everything that sounds persuasive actually constitutes a valid argument.
So I've seen this a lot more in the time since then, but you ever notice some people say, oh, that's not an argument, and it's like, wait, yeah, it is. Everything's an argument. They like to say that stuff sometimes when it's not entirely relevant. I don't like how that particular I don't know what's the word for that phrase has caught on. But that's a Stephen Molyneux bit, isn't it? Charisma on Command is using Stephen Molyneux quotes. I just realized. That's fun.
For instance, when you hear that 9 out of 10 fill-in-the-blanks
This is such a horrible comparison.
believe something, that doesn't necessarily prove a point. That is an argument from authority.
This isn't a good example because I don't think I even explain it quite right. But when they say 9 out of 10 dentists recommend blah 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 blah, there's an asterisk on this, and it's they don't actually recommend this particular brand, but the mechanism or like chemical or whatever that these products use is like, yeah, it's that's what's recommended.
Believe something that doesn't necessarily prove a point.
Right,
that is an argument from authority.
I should have done this part
Believe
though.
something that doesn't necessarily.
9 out of 10 doctors recommend post-shredded wheat. This is celiac attack. I didn't fucking call this out. Fuck your shredded wheat, boy.
Necessarily prove a
To reduce the risk of heart disease. Well, I guess I'm fucked then, aren't I?
point. That is an argument from
You know, they like to talk about me poisoning the well. Let's poison the well here. Bringing in this one. According to repeat nationwide surveys, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarettes. This isn't saying doctors recommend you smoke cigarettes. This is saying the doctors happen to smoke Camels, though. See? Little sleight of hand there.
authority, and though it might be compelling, more evidence is required to be deemed conclusive.
Notice the examples he uses here. A cheap advertising tactic and doctors smoking. He prefaces this section of the video so you will view the rest of this section with those two already in mind. He is right in that more evidence is required for something to be deemed conclusive. However, he follows that up with Piers Morgan.
Urge you to listen to the American public and to the law enforcement community in support of ban on the further manufacture of these weapons. That was Ronald Reagan.
Okay, so. I mean, I can disagree with Ronald Reagan.
Okay, so...
Keep front of the great right-wing presidents of modern times agreed with me.
So?
Another common debate.
Whoa, look.
That's it.
He edited out Piers Morgan's response.
He just like cut it out there.
You didn't really need to do that, Charisma. It's really easy to look better and smarter than Piers Morgan. I do it all the time, every day, just by virtue of not being Piers Morgan. The
That's a good joke.
clips that are being used here don't really prove anything, though. It's Morgan saying that
God, look at my crazy eyes.
he agreed with Reagan on something, and Shapiro just going, so? So isn't even an argument. It's
Boom, fucking got him.
just contradiction.
Well, an argument's not the same as contradiction.
Can be.
No, it can't. An argument's a connected series of statements to establish a definite proposition.
In my opinion, this is the best Monty Python sketch.
So?
It's kind of like a
So?
spoiled kid
I can't even... Argument clinic. You just say so all the time.
asking why to everything. It's almost like Charisma on Command is leaning on Ben's authority to claim that this is a valid form of debate.
Oh.
Almost.
That's pretty slick.
Another common debate tactic that maybe isn't done on purpose and doesn't constitute a valid argument is getting emotional,
This isn't good at all.
particularly when the other person
Like, getting emotional in an argument can actually help if you're like if you're calculated with it and you have the social awareness to recognize when not you're going to be doing it.
gets upset or offended. Now, when Piers Morgan did that, Ben wisely didn't
Wisely.
engage him because simply being offended doesn't prove anything.
Except he then shows a clip of Ben engaging him.
He's me standing on the graves
Yeah.
of the children that died there. How dare you?
I've seen you do it repeatedly, Piers.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, he doesn't engage because he's so wise, but on the other hand, here he is engaging.
Yeah, responding to he's like, so Piers Morgan's like righteous indignation. He's like, how dare you accuse me of standing on the graves of dead children? And Shapiro's like, well, I've seen you do it repeatedly. And it's like, but Charisma Command cut out the first part of this where he's like, where he said to Piers Morgan, you're using the dead children at Sandy Hook to push your agenda on gun control. And it's like, yo, if you think that constitutes a valid logical argument, Charisma on Command, you're pretty fucked in the head. Like, I get maybe you think, oh, being rational is the higher level thing. But, like, you know, that's fucked up. It really fucking is. Alright, let's move on.
Like I say, how dare you?
I mean, you can keep saying that, but you've done it repeatedly.
He's even doing that awkward little laugh with his eyes closed.
Ugh.
He's a little muted in showing his emotions, but they're there.
But Zach, his argument isn't necessarily emotional just because he's expressing emotions.
The late Christopher Hitchens put the same idea rather bluntly.
If someone tells me that I've hurt their feelings, I say, well, I'm still waiting to hear what your point is.
How dare you fucking use Christopher Hitchens' name in vain, you fucking pig.
Right.
This quote doesn't really back up the point. There is a difference between hurting someone's feelings while in the pursuit of truth and just being a dick who sets out to upset people.
Yeah, 100%.
At any rate,
That's a good point.
this Hitchens quote is in reference to offending creationists.
It turns out if
Yeah.
you follow the money trail back for a lot of these things,
Smart. That's a smart move, pulling out the original clip of this.
this whole creationism, teaching creationism idea, you'll eventually find political organizations that are trying to energize a base, right? And these bases,
Yes.
what they'd like to do is to get these people to feel like they're being attacked. And in a lot of the discussions we have and in your presentation, there's a fine line between attacking people versus attacking ideas, right? What do you do to kind of ensure that you're not going after people and not making people feel like you're telling them that they're idiots, for example?
It's almost
Now, that's like a very smart, valid question, actually. Because if he's trying to ask, like, you know, if we want to reach these people, how do we do it without, you know, without making them immediately jump on the defensive, which is what these political organizations want them to do. And Hitchens, of course, I don't really know if he addressed it. I just think he just basically said, hold on, there's like I have the link in the description to this, I believe. Yeah, I do. But it's like an hour long, isn't it?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, fuck that. Oh well, whatever. We'll just ignore it and keep going. But the point is, though, like, that's a lot more nuanced of a question and an answer that Hitchens gives than what Charisma Command is trying to use. Apply to Ben Shapiro.
almost like COC just stuck this quote in because Hitchens is still a somewhat respected intellectual, and COC was making an appeal to authority.
Oh,
Maybe not even
I would have put, if I did that now, I would put like air horns there. The MLG air horns.
an appeal, just hoping you'd associate him with Hitchens. Well, if Charisma on Command gets to make an appeal to authority, I want to make one too.
Who's Ben Shapiro? Well, he's an anointed neocon snot-nose who walks around making Richard Pearl type faces where he tries to act scary and powerful. He just recycles a bunch of libertarian
I should use Alex Jones clips to back my point up more often.
conservative thought and a bunch of other think tank stuff. And I just noticed he's always criticizing me and always trying to keep people off my show while he makes little faces like this.
This.
I mean, these are the faces 5-year-olds make when they're playing G.I. Joe.
Can we get... Oh my god. That's such a good face.
I mean, these are the faces 5-year-olds make when they're playing G.I. Joe.
Technically, that's not an appeal to authority because he's not really an authority on anything, really. But it's a funny clip.
Pushing.
Oh my god. I should do that more, where it's like, well, okay, I want to make an argument to authority, and it's like, here's a complete whack job. Who's agreeing with me? That's... Oh. That... Is that praxis? I think that's praxis. Oh my god. Yeah, but the point, like he's not only is he using Hitchens, and it's like not weird, but it's like, not only is the Hitchens clip like not really that relevant, but it's like so weird too, kind of off-putting that he wanted. I can't talk. It's like it is like he just wanted a authority figure to back him up on this, which is funny because he's like, well, you don't use an argument to authority, but he literally can't even help himself. Either that or like whoever's writing this stuff is just really fucking bad.
For specifics. People often hold very broad opinions very strongly without necessarily being able to articulate what they mean concretely. And of course, this happens on all sides of the political spectrum.
Yeah.
Now, I agree.
He's right, though.
That people believe things without researching them. And usually most people are just too busy to spend the time researching something unless it directly affects their life. But, did you hear that? Let's play that part back.
And of course, this happens on all sides of the political spectrum.
Did you hear that chuckle in his voice when he said all sides? I know it's a bit of a meme about being an enlightened centrist or saying both sides are bad, but I'd like to remind you that this line is in the section of the video titled Pushing for Specifics.
He takes the necessary first step of pushing that other person to provide specific examples.
I don't know what the Republican beliefs are.
Yikes! First Piers Morgan, now Bill Maher. Wonder if Charisma on Command is going to give us any examples of Shapiro debating smart people. It's not looking like it.
What?
Shapiro doesn't debate smart people. He gets blown out of the water if he would, and he knows it.
The Republican beliefs are. I mean, you're a young guy, but you certainly...
He won't even debate Nick Fuentes. That is a little funny. Not that Nick Fuentes is a smart person, but it's like, he knows. Ben Shapiro's got just enough awareness to know when he'd look bad.
I remember 2 years back when beliefs were completely the opposite of what they are now.
Well,
they were
ones?
for
Which ones?
Free trade.
This is absolutely
This is so bad. He cuts it.
Critical.
Oh,
Do not get
Whoa, 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 whoa. He didn't follow through with the conversation. In the actual clip, you can see Ben Shapiro doesn't actually push for any specifics beyond just saying, like what?
The opposite of what they are now.
Well, which
they were
ones?
for
Which ones?
free trade. They were
I agree with you. I agree with
giant deficit hawks.
Yep.
The Tea Party was all about we're going to solve the deficit.
Yep.
Okay. That is. Oh, goodness.
Gee.
That is pretty. Just saying like what isn't really pushing for specifics. It's just like a simple response.
That makes you good at debate. Just saying what? And even then, simply saying free trade
This isn't
that specific. Do you mean lowering tariffs? Do you mean outsourcing of American labor? Do you mean minimizing corporate subsidies? These are all examples that you could argue relate to free trade. Doesn't go into detail about that, does he?
Yep.
The Tea Party was all about we're going to solve the deficit.
Yep.
But they didn't, did they?
Well, the Democrats ain't gonna do it either, so.
okay. That's not a fucking answer. But for what it's worth, Bill Maher is at least, trying to give specifics here. But like just saying like what is not really. I want something a little juicier than that.
I know, but they didn't say they were.
It's not exactly true, but neither of these two are that smart. Yeah, this was stupid. I don't have time to explain this. Pay-go, pay-as-you-go is a practice in the United States of financing expenditures with funds that are currently available rather than borrowed. Nancy Pelosi is a huge fucking supporter of this. This is actually really fucked up because like when you're planning like government expenditures and whatnot, only using funds that are currently available rather than borrowed basically means because of the way the finances work, it basically winds up meaning, well, we don't have any money to spend on fucking anything. And that's not good.
Mr. Calm here doesn't follow through on this point. He instead moves on to another clip of Shapiro stumping an inexperienced college student.
Push the other person to relate exactly what they mean specifically, like in this example.
What are you even talking about? When you say institutional racism, it's too broad. You at least have to name me the institution. Which one is the racist one?
This is so cringy.
Which institution is racist?
Because this person is like not. Which institution is racist? Well, the obvious answer is if you actually want an actual institution, which isn't what they mean when they say institutional racism, but if you want an actual institution, the justice system, the for-profit prisons, those are the obvious ones right off the front. We have schools that are being funded by property taxes. Yeah, there's just a few examples to give.
Tell me which, so we can fight it seriously. So we can fight it together.
But what odds? I don't remember what this person said. But if I were to make a bet, that's not really what the person means, and they don't really mean one in particular. They mean society as a whole. They're taking a more holistic approach. But Ben Shapiro, he knows that, and he wants to trip him up a bit. That doesn't make you a good debater. That's just.
Yeah, I want to.
This isn't a good debater. This is just being pedantic.
Be on your side. I do. I want to fight racists. I think racism is. I think racist behavior is evil. I want to fight it with you, but I can't fight it if you're not showing me what it is.
And of course, Charisma once again moves on before we can see what happens. Now, if you pull the original video like I did, the guy with the mic says, "Thank you," and pulled the mic away from the student.
Honestly, I would love to sit down and talk with you for an hour about it because it's a worthwhile conversation, and I think we could actually get somewhere with it. But I think that slogans generally tend not to be particularly effective in getting us to solutions.
Okay. Thank you.
Look at that. Look at that. Fuck. Look at this scumfuck piece of shit.
All right, we have time for 2 quick questions.
This is not exactly a new take. Most of Shapiro's critics know
It's the same. Yeah, Stephen Crowder likes to do this too.
exactly what he does. He talks authoritatively and fast, is often surrounded by his fans, and goes after young, inexperienced kids.
And he has his goons take the mic from you after you waste your time.
And he debates young kids who aren't quite used to public speaking or are experienced in debate. They almost never interrupt Shapiro, even though he constantly does it to them. Because they're not only really nervous to be there, but they are also probably used to polite society where it's considered rude to interrupt and gish gallop someone.
There.
Like I said, not exactly a new take. So, even though his name is Charisma on command, and this section is about pushing for specifics, you won't see him bring up any of this. I don't consider.
Yeah, you would think, like, if he really cares about charisma, right, you should probably bring up the comparison between, like, in this clip, we have Ben Shapiro it's Ben Shapiro, the experienced guy, talking to someone 10 years younger than them, who's inexperienced. But he doesn't talk about that. I wonder why.
Consider that being good at debate or good at charisma. It's kind of cheating your way there.
Similarly, and lastly, on the defensive side, Ben knows his arguments inside and out.
Okay, first off, what a ridiculous title.
So he doesn't get sucked into defending points that his argument doesn't require.
He knows his arguments inside and out. That's why he knows it's right to just sell your homes and move if you're flooded out. Okay.
For instance, in this next clip, Ben is talking about how Trump will say outrageous things knowing that it sets the media ablaze. And his point is that Trump knows what he's doing and he does it on purpose in order to control the news cycle. Now, when Don Lemon responds saying that Trump
he just wants attention.
Shouldn't be doing that, Ben doesn't bother defending the morality of his actions. He's only talking about the purpose of them.
So that sounds like deflection.
Yeah.
Answer the question you wish was asked.
Says some things that are outrageous, like people in the media aren't patriotic, knowing that people in the media are
Yo. Oh God, this kid won't stop talking. Yeah, I've seen those faces.
Immediately going to turn it up to 12 on the Richter scale.
But Ben, don't you think he should be truthful in his comments, even if he's funny, and if you give him that, shouldn't he be truthful? And he wasn't.
Of course, and I think that.
I haven't yet finished jerking off to the sound of my own voice. I don't know if you saw that.
He's funny,
but...
and if you give him that, shouldn't he be truthful? And he wasn't.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Got him. We got him.
Of course, and I think that this is where the media. Here's my advice to people.
God, he just gets on and he just keeps talking and talking and talking, and that's his fucking strategy. Of course, don't bring that up either, do you?
People in the media.
This entire exchange, to me at least, it sounds more like the guy made some offhanded comments that were delivered in the middle of these awful, boring television talking head talks. Like, look, none of these four guys are really pros. This isn't really a debate setting. Ben's just giving another goddamn rant, and this one guy was the only one interested in getting a word in. But no, we're not going to delve any deeper into that. We're going to give on some bizarre point about defending his honor.
A general rule of thumb is that if the other person winds up attacking you...
Yeah, it is kind of weird how he, like, you know, once he starts, like, making a point, Charisma Command, once he starts, like, making a point about something, he just kind of drops it. But, whatever.
You are actually winning the debate.
Oh, hold on.
Person winds up attacking...
If they wind up attacking you, you're winning the debate. Sometimes.
You are actually winning the debate.
No, you're not. Ad hominem can be a red herring and a fallacy, but sometimes it's appropriate to attack one's character, especially if your goal is to humiliate your opponent as badly as possible. True. It depends on how you use it.
We're going to give some bizarre point about defending his honor.
So Ben usually doesn't get sucked into defending his own honor.
And
that's like, I mean, it's a good point. It's true, and like if someone's like, well, yeah, well, what was that? Like that recent like Caitlyn Bennett video where she just started calling the guy like a faggot, and it was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know if she used that word, but it was homophobic, and it was like, well, you just ruined everything you had right before it. But the clip that he's using of Ben Shapiro, it's like, it doesn't turn like that. Nobody was calling him names like that. It's completely irrelevant.
In it, writer Jane Coaston says you have hollow bravery, calls your campus speeches shadow boxing, and if you wanted to be genuinely brave, you challenge, quote, some of the wrong-headed ideas held by your right-wing fans. How do you respond to that?
And if you didn't notice, this is from Pro-Life Weekly on the Eternal Word Television Network, a Catholic cable network.
Oh.
I don't even own a TV.
Why is that a thing?
Number one, I've never really attributed bravery to myself. I don't think that it's brave to walk on a campus and talk to kids.
Got him. But see, I think this is what he followed up the ad hominem bit with, which is so weird to me.
I think it's brave to be a member of the military. I think it's brave to be a cop. I think it's brave to be a firefighter.
What are these facial expressions?
I don't think it's brave for me to walk with a security team at my side onto a stage. If
That's right, fucking virtue signal.
I thought that I was going to get shot and murdered, then I probably wouldn't do it. So I don't consider myself part of that group anyway.
What is the point in even including all that? Talking about
Yeah, like, Charisma Command. Why is that in your video? Wasn't your point... What the point was about defending his honor? What the fuck are you talking about? Why is that here? What the fuck? See, this is why people think you're promoting fascists.
Seeing soldiers and emergency personnel as brave is completely irrelevant to the question that was asked. If I did something like that in a debate, or especially in response to Ben Shapiro, people would accuse me of virtue signaling. I know this because he did that with that institutional racism student that you linked in the clip earlier.
What I find really problematic is the virtue signaling that I see by so many people on the other side, which is, I don't have to give you the racist, I don't have to tell you who he is or what measures I'm proposing. I just say institutional racism, everybody cheers for me because that's an approved point of view, and now we move on with our lives. You haven't helped anybody, you've just made yourself feel better.
Got him.
TLC.
The cycle is complete.
Cut
Cut that part out, though.
Ben wisely doesn't bother defending his own bravery and
so
instead
cringe.
sticks to the points that he knows are strongest to his.
Yeah, these aren't points. He's talking about, I think these people are brave because that's what my constituency likes to hear. Like, what the fuck? There's no fucking points here.
His argument.
I guess the whole non sequitur virtue signaling Ben Shapiro rant here is wise, according to COC. Okay.
One of the big ways that I see him stump his opponents is through the use of snuck premises.
Oh god, this is the worst part.
Essentially, you introduce the exact point of contention as a given, and that's through the clever use of language. Now, this isn't to pick on Ben because we all do this from time to time.
I think you'll find that, no, we don't all do that.
So first off, see if you can find the snuck premise in this next case.
From Planned Parenthood, as you may have noticed, I'm mostly against abortion. If you want to go to Planned Parenthood and get a contraceptive,
you can see, like, hold on.
Parenthood, as you may have noticed, I'm mostly against abortion.
You can see the gears turning in his head here as he's trying to think about, well, how can I own this libtard college student next? Look at that face. He's like, I'm thinking.
If you want to go to Planned Parenthood and get a contraceptive, go for it. I don't care. I do care when you start killing babies. This is a problem for me.
So according to Charisma on Command, this is reason number 5 why Ben Shapiro is so dominant in debates. But this is where I disagree the most. I think most of us have met someone in our lives who does this kind of thing.
You still beat your wife? You still do cocaine?
Or we've seen them in the media. This behavior isn't something
if I made this
lives who does this kind of thing. Or
if I made this again, I'd put Elizabeth Warren here.
Okay. We've seen them in the media. This behavior isn't something that makes you a good debater. It makes you a dishonest slime ball.
Again, a snuck premise introduces a contended point as a given. So what counts as a snuck premise shifts with each position.
Shifting Shapiro.
Position of each person involved in a debate.
He's right to point out that Shapiro does it, because Shapiro does do it. A lot.
Now, in the context of the abortion debate, pro-choice versus pro-life.
Again, you'll notice that Shapiro does this to yet another inexperienced college kid. In addition to the nervousness and lack of experience that I mentioned before, this person now has to contend with this underhanded trick Shapiro just pulled.
Yeah, like, it's not... Most people actually don't engage like this. Most people don't talk like this. You can't really expect a person you're talking to just suddenly start doing that. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And they're probably rightfully
It would be funny if someone actually said that to Shapiro.
taken aback that someone would even engage in this. They're probably going to take a few moments for their brain to process what just happened. But no.
True.
Yay. Let's all cheer him on for owning that lib. She wasn't ready. Ben Shapiro just destroyed the entire New Deal coalition.
Now, in my experience,
that was funny.
Most debates are won or lost on snuck premises.
What is this? We have an Asian woman being exasperated talking to a bald bearded guy.
Really? You know, that says an awful lot about you and the people you associate with.
Oh, wait.
You know, that says an awful lot about you.
This is where ad hominem is relevant. That's a very good point. Ding, ding, ding. It absolutely is.
And the people you associate with. I know his name is...
Like you're saying... What did he say? I already forgot.
Most debates are won...
The entire New Deal coalition.
Now, in my experience, most debates are won or lost on snuck premises.
In my experiences, most debates are won or lost on snuck premises. What the fuck? How often are you doing this to people?
Really? You know, that says an awful lot about you and the people you associate with.
Yeah, like, people in my life don't fucking do that. I don't do that. The fact that you think it's like a normal thing kind of shows you have a fucked up worldview and a fucked up support group.
I know his name is...
And so are you.
Charisma on Command, but I didn't think that was meant to be a literal take on his personality.
Get it? Because if you say it out loud, he's a cock.
the other person winds up attacking you, you are actually winning the debate.
See that? See, that's a fun little callback from earlier in the video, because I'm calling him a cock. And I'm attacking him. Oh, he's winning the debate.
Concealing the steps we take to arrive at our conclusions, we can get there without the other person knowing exactly how they disagree with us, but still being stuck.
This line, right here, deceive and confuse to win arguments. And in his experience, most debates are won or lost on stuck premises. Now, at least he admits it's cheap.
So if you want...
COC technically implies Shapiro doesn't want his ideas challenged. Oh, does he?
Won or lost on stuck premises. Now, at least he admits it's cheap.
So if you want to win cheaply without having your ideas challenged, this is an excellent tactic. That is how you can win a debate even if you're wrong.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that does imply Shapiro doesn't want his ideas challenged, which is true, but I'm not... Considering the rest of the content of this video, I'm pretty sure Charisma Command and all the people there they didn't consciously recognize what they were implying.
The debate supposed to be you challenging ideas? This entire point is just avoiding your ideas, getting people hung up on something completely different. I guess it's entertaining if you're in a room of people who already like you.
I'm going to leave this for now
True.
And move to another effective rhetorical tool that I see from Ben. It's moving...
I saw people question, like, what is going on in this clip? Politicon? This is a Handmaid's Tale thing. I don't know if this guy's, like, mocking them or not. I don't really care. Moving from the abstract to the concrete. I literally don't understand how you even get in the mindset of writing a sentence like that.
From the abstract to the concrete.
When you're coming down off that salvia high. He
True.
really glosses over this whole section. In fact, it doesn't really make too much sense. He basically is just admitting that this is using an anecdote to set a rule.
And it looks like this.
I think that focusing on poverty is a good thing to do. I think focusing on income inequality is not a good thing to do because there's no correlation between income inequality and relative rates of poverty.
Oh. Not sure, not getting into that yet.
Right.
This isn't a good argument.
Income inequality and relative rates of poverty.
Does income inequality affect poverty? 40 million results. Yeah, that's not enough. But the point is, we're not getting into that in that video. We're going to get to it later.
Right, there's tremendous income inequality in a lot of places on planet Earth. In fact, in all places on planet Earth. If you go to Sudan, there's going to be a rich warlord there, and then there's going to be a bunch of people living on $6 a year.
This works because...
This is... Oh my god. Oh my god. And you gotta wonder, like, Charisma Command is basically platforming, with this clip, he is platforming this argument that income inequality doesn't affect poverty, therefore you shouldn't have to worry about the poor people, because you shouldn't have to worry about income inequality, because even though people on the lower end of the spectrum, they don't have as much money as people at the top, there's not in poverty, and it's not really addressing the inherent problem with income inequality, in that there's a massive power imbalance, which Ben Shapiro is financially invested in keeping. He's financially invested in keeping that power imbalance, and Charisma Command put in this clip here. He's not addressing that argument. He's portraying it in a pretty good way, pretty positive light. He's not putting any shade or any doubt on it. And it's like, he's just putting this as a point of moving from the abstract to the concrete. He's portraying this in a way that this makes him good at debate. It's like, yeah, this is why people think you're promoting fascists, because you literally fucking are. Whatever. It's a whole. We can make a whole other video about that, to be honest. I could go on a few hours, but that's not why we're here.
The specific example seems to prove the broader point that...
It's an anecdote. It proves nothing.
Preceded it. And the final piece for this video at...
Oh my god, he just left it.
The specific example seems to prove the broader point that preceded it. And
the specific example seems to prove the broader point that preceded it. What the fuck? It's like saying, hey, I think all homeless people Here's an idea. Here's a comparison we can make. Here's an easy one to make. I think all homeless people are bad, and I think that we should just get rid of them. Why? Well, because one of them pulled a knife on me once. That specific example proved my broader point. There you go. Problem solved. Left wing destroyed. The plan's going down. But we own the libs, am I right? That's why you're full of shit, Charlie.
And the final piece for this video, at least, is that you want to emphasize the conditions under which you would agree with your opponent. We previously saw Ben do this with regards to institutional racism in a previous clip.
Racist behavior is evil.
Oh no!
I want to fight it with
this was so manipulative, though. This was him taking the argument that was being presented and twisting it into a different form. The person's talking about, yeah, the whole broader institution of capitalism is kind of corrupt and racist. And he's like, okay, what specific institutions? And it's like, well, that's not the argument that was being made, though.
With you, but I can't fight it if you're not showing me what it is.
Gee, that's such a high bar for him to meet to agree with someone. Racism is evil. With Ben Shapiro on our side, we'll have stopped racism once and for all.
Here he is talking about Trump's impeachment and the Mueller investigation.
Look at us. Look at us. We can agree. Look at how rational we are being. Truly, we are intellectuals.
That is pretty funny. I would have done funnier voices, though. Or better yet, now what I would have done is I would have gotten other people to do the voices of those two. I think that'd be funny. I am trying to branch out more, you know, with other creators. I enjoy doing that. I've only done a little bit, but I've enjoyed what little I've done.
But
dude, I'm happy to wait for the Mueller indictments, and if they come down and they target Trump, I'm happy to see him impeached. But I need to see evidence. Where's the evidence?
The irony is, here we are a year later, and we have irrefutable evidence that Donald Trump tried to influence the election and tried to extort Ukraine. He fucking sent Rudy Giuliani, of all people, in the State Department. You know some shady shit's going down when that's the guy you send. And what do you know? Ben Shapiro, of course, is defending Trump and saying the Democrats are insane. So, you know, emphasize the conditions under which you would agree with your opponent. In the case of Ben Shapiro, it means fucking lie.
But just throw it in the trash.
And if he throws it in the trash or quashes the Mueller investigation, then yes, impeachment should be on the table.
Thank you, Ben.
Fuck you, Mar.
Gee, that's such a high bar for him to meet with someone. He's essentially saying, I'm bad. But he's not caring much about the details it takes to get there. Convenient for him that his bar is Mueller indictments targeting Trump. There's been a bit of debate as to whether or not you can even indict a sitting president. Shapiro has a law degree. I'm pretty sure he's aware of this. I imagine if it's bad enough, they'll probably do it. I know I'm a fool and one of those poor unfortunate souls for believing.
Poor unfortunate soul.
But I'm one of those folks who actually cares about the truth. I mean, I guess all of this is...
Can you imagine actually caring about truth in the year of our Lord 2020? God, what a loser.
Probably good advice to follow if you want to win. Or at the very least, it does give you a window into how their minds work. Sacrificing my intellectual integrity to own the libs.
That's a horrifying Shapiro impression, but it's so true. I should take this as a clip and put it in other stuff.
Sacrificing my intellectual integrity to own the libs.
Sacrificing my intellectual integrity to own the libs. It's a good quote. It's a good line. I really love the... We'll get to this in a moment. I really love the to own the lib. Doing X to own the libs. I love that one. I love that meme. Oh, I guess this is the end. Thanks for watching. like and subscribe, and thanks. I love you. That's a funny ending. I should do more silly things like that in my endings. All right, we are about 50 minutes in. Oh, 15 viewers. Nice. Yeah, not how you convince others. I'm assuming that's a snug premises. reference. You're right. Belief in harmless untruths. See, the problem with believing in harmless untruths is you're reinforcing a part of your mind that thinks, oh, well, if this is harmless and this isn't true, this is silly. Okay, but it's fine, it doesn't hurt anything. But now you're believing in something that's completely made up and it's not true, there's no evidence backing it, which means you might start believing in other stuff like that, which eventually might start hurting yourself or other people, and you don't even consciously recognize it. At least that's the theory, anyway. That's why you start believing in astrology one day, and it's like, I am totally Capricorn. Ah ha ha ha. There's no truth behind it. Or no, what would they say? They'd say, I'm totally a Gemini. Oh, there's no harm in believing this. And then, 2 years later, you're cheating on your partner because you think there's not really any harm in doing this to me because I don't feel bad over it. But you've reinforced the part of your mind that thinks it's okay to do these things. It's okay to believe in things that have no evidence backing them. This is an obviously hyperbolic example on my part, but that's the idea behind it anyway. All right, folks. That was the video. I want to go over the thumbnail too. All right, this is one of my more favorite thumbnails I've made. I do not know what I am doing. I enjoy this thumbnail. That's that still image where he's like, "Oh, you can keep. Well, I've seen you do it repeatedly, Pierce. You can keep saying, how dare you?" I love having like fun psychedelic backgrounds and stuff behind in the background of the thumbnails. I think the intent, I don't remember if this was my intent, but I think my intent with the words here was to kind of make it look like a mouth, like coming out of his mouth. But I think at some point I decided it was more work than it's worth, and I just went with that. Anyway, what have we got? Shapiro and Charisma both have really similar voices. Oh god, the voices never stop. Get out of my head. This video of mine is a refutation of Charisma on Command's video, semicolon. Seeing as he basically doesn't get challenged by virtue of being a centrist, I went for it. True. Sources, most of them anyway. 7 reasons Ben Shapiro is so dominant in debates. Christopher Hitchens. Alex Jones annihilates Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro at Virginia Tech. And what's this one? Oh, yeah, this is just a rant. I didn't cite this, but it's a Time article. Ignoring your emotions is bad for your health. Here's what to do about it. It's true. It's why the facts don't care about your feelings thing is really fucking toxic, and you shouldn't live your life like that. You should take some stock in your emotions. Because otherwise it can all build up and it kind of explode in a really bad way for you. It can build up and explode in a bad way if you're not taking care of yourself and not you're not really paying enough attention to your emotions. That's not good. Wait, watch the Alex Jones vid. Alex Jones is a psycho. I want to see his superior analysis and critique. Well, it's just the clip from that I used. It may not even be up here anymore.
All right.
Oh, it still is. But this is like a 9-minute video. It's like 9 minutes. But this has the clip where this has the clip I used of him saying Ben Shapiro is a snot-nosed neocon.
Video audience and a bunch of crew here. They're like, who's Ben Shapiro? Well, he's an anointed neocon snot-nose who walks around making Richard Pearl type faces.
Just yeah. I don't know if people know him, the neoconservative Richard Pearl, but that is such a fun comparison, though.
Where he tries to act scary and powerful. He just recycles a bunch of libertarian conservative thought and a bunch of other think tank stuff. And I just noticed
it is true. What Alex Jones is trying, you can tell he's trying to be a little succinct here. Like the first comment down here said, the funniest thing about this is how hard Alex is trying to not call Ben a Jew. I'll call him a sellout. That's close. You can kind of tell he's hinting at Shapiro being a sellout. Shapiro absolutely is a sellout. But there's like a stereotype. It's a stereotype of Jewish people. And he's aware of it and trying not to go too far into that. But I can get away with it because I've got the girls.
He's always criticizing me and always trying to keep people off my show.
Yeah.
While he makes little faces like this.
I love that. It's a shame that there's like the transition frame isn't very good, but I wish Alex Jones did more of Ben Shapiro's face.
I mean, these are the faces 5-year-olds make when they're playing G.I. Joe. So I don't care he's some little Twitter guy and everything and into himself, but he's always trying to police me. And then I say, hey, come on the show. And my God, he's Ben Shapiro. I mean, he's a god. No, he is the anointed. Just like a leftist, he has this arrogance. And so it blew up in his face today. No, Candace, no.
Oh, God. Alex Jones had Kanye West and Candace Owens on. And Ben Shapiro was like, no, don't go on the Alex Jones show. Alex Jones is a nutbag.
Now let's scroll down and actually, there it is. No!
Oh, man.
No! I make powerful faces. I'm in command now. Facebook, YouTube, and Google, leave me alone and let my videos spread. I'm not censored because I'm anti-establishment. I'm the mighty Ben Shapiro.
Now, we should note here that the reason Alex Jones doesn't like Ben Shapiro is because Ben Shapiro at least tries to have like a semblance of decorum about him. Well, as much as they do in Trump's America. But Alex Jones is like fucking wild, saying Sandy Hook's a hoax. These globalists are hoax. They're all trying to poison the water, and they're gonna take our stuff. Meanwhile, Ben Shapiro is like, yeah, you're like, this going on the show is playing with fire. This man is poison. You don't want to be associated with him. But Ben Shapiro is aware of that, and he tells other figures, don't go on Alex Jones' show, because some people they don't know who Alex Jones is, and they just say, hey, this guy's got a lot of attention. He seems charismatic. Let's go on the show. And Shapiro's like, no, don't. This guy's poison. And that's why Alex Jones doesn't like him.
There's no need to fear.
But
Ben Shapiro, the neocon, is here, and he'll teach us how to be intellectual like Karl Rove does. So, I want to troll as bad as Trump does. I can do it 360. And I've decided to start doing it. So everybody's got forewarning. Now, I did it very cleanly. It's a white troll, not an evil troll. Now, here's what I want to say about Ben Shapiro.
I think
Matt, one of the producers, pointed this out. I actually knew this. I hadn't really said it because I haven't been focused on Glenn Beck. Why is Ben Shapiro so angry at me? Why is he always trying to put me down? Why is he always talking about how I'm so evil and sounding like some leftist and telling Candace Owens and Kanye West, don't come on his show? Why is he doing that? Well, because the folks that took over Glenn Beck's network about 2 years ago, these multinationalists, they are pushing Ben Shapiro to be the head of Glenn Beck's TV station.
All right. We've had enough of that. Oh, we had enough of that, I think. So sometimes, you know, just remember, sometimes the enemy of your enemy is not your friend. Sometimes fights are, you know, sometimes brawls are like 5-way free-for-alls. Anyway. Oh, good, we just passed the hour mark. That means I can end this stream in good conscience now. So that's him. Anyway, here we are a year later, and I am now aware that Charisma on Command is aware of me in some capacity. I rhymed. He's aware of me in some capacity, and now I'm gonna be like, oh, good. This pleases me. I'm in the big leagues now, and so I'm making some more content talking about him. I'm not gonna like I'm not going. YouTube has new harassment policies, so I'm not gonna go too hard. But like, we're not done with them. Though there's gonna be more or less anyway. Let's look at the comments. Is there anything down here that's any good? Anyway, this is my most watched video. 13,693 views. I'm really glad. I should make more stuff that gets like shared like that. Yeah, some people just share this everywhere. Anyway. This focus on winning a debate is so strange to me. Like, I thought you debate to exchange ideas. Since when has it become a game you can win? I also wish Ben would debate with psychologists and biologists and all, but I'm pretty sure they got better things to do than talk to this jabroni. True. 112 likes. Yeah. So true. It's the Charlie Sheenification of debates and politics. Oh wow, there was like other comments here that somebody just removed. I didn't remove them. They probably deleted their account or something. Hold on. Let me look. Yeah, whatever. Debating is about changing the audience's opinion. I don't care. I just like to put on a good show. That's my view on it. Any of these people I piss off want to come on stream and debate me. I just want to put on a good show. I don't care about changing their mind or anyone watching. We're just gonna make a fun video for people to watch. That's the goal anyway. That's my goal. See, at least when you come in it, when you approach it with like, you know, a goal like that in mind, it's a lot easier to do. If you approach, my goal is to change their mind, then it's like, they're probably not going to be open to it. They're probably coming in with their own intentions. What is even? Debate is for audiences. Good faith conversations are for changing opinions. Vosh. I guess that's true. No, debate is for audiences. Yeah, that is kind of like I said, the debate. Just to give a good show. Oh my god. I'm tired. Celiac, if you had the opportunity to debate Shapiro, would you? How do you think it would play out? I think it would be entertaining to watch how both you would react to each other. Now this is fun because I've actually changed my mind on this. I responded to this comment and I said I would probably not, because I don't think the kind of debate is very productive, and there other people much better suited for it. I would consider it if a lot of people were asking for it, though. I'm pretty sure he would never agree to it. I've never seen him debate someone perceptive or educated on rhetorical analysis who is capable of recognizing and calling out his sophistry on the fly. He even admits that the only reason he engages with these things is try to humiliate people. I've changed my mind. I would do it now because, because we put up a good show. I am confident in my ability to do it. This guy said he'd roll up into the fetal position and take a verbal ass kicking. Yeah, he's talking about me, not Ben Shapiro. Just like, hey, I don't guarantee I won't cry, but I don't know about fetal position. Yeah, most of these comments are just typical YouTube comments. Yeah. What's up, bread knife? Bread knife. You bring this. You come here into my house on the day of my stream. You bring this to me. Bread. You bring me gluten. Bread knife. For shame. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay. Okay. We're not. Oh, goodness. Some of these comments are really angry. 2 minutes in, and you've already insulted his character by virtue of your own personal opinions on what seems to be politics. Yes, you are so much more virtuous and better than all who oppose. By your own admission, you're going to focus on a single video despite the enormous amount of content from both of these guys. Cherry pick much? Do you know Shapiro's a quack? Her life is not blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is dumb because it's like you're going to focus on a single video despite the enormous amount of content from both these guys. What? You want me to go through all their content? Is that what you want? It's going to take time. Do you want me to make a video about each particular person? Each particular upload of theirs? No, you don't. You just don't like me. These people will never come on to debate, even though they're mad. LOL, libtards here. This is kind of funny though. Why won't you debate Ben? You're likely scared he'd swallow you and spit you out. He, like anyone else, I respond with, he, like anyone else, is welcome to come on my stream and debate. Why won't he? Why won't you? Betas. True though. True. Speaking of which. Yeah. Someone was yelling at me on Twitter. Said that it was sexist to call Elizabeth Warren a snake. And I was like, what? You fucking crazy. I told him he should come on stream and talk about it. And then he didn't respond to me. I called him anti-Semitic too. That's true. If you don't support Bernie Sanders, you are anti-Semitic. This is how it goes. Swallow and spit out. I don't think that's the phrase you're looking for, Chief. Yeah, that's true. Think about that. I'm gonna swallow it and then spit it out. How are you gonna spit it out? You swallowed it. You gonna throw it back up? That's the only way I can think of. Hey, you know, whatever you're into, man. If this guy's into vomit play, I'm not gonna knock him. He can do it. Hey. He wants. I can't continue this joke. I'm gonna throw up. Oh man. Yeah, let me get the snake emoji action, actually. Snake emojo. Slither. Yo, I saw some people saying that. I'm just gonna tweet snakes. I saw someone saying that, like, this was so weird. They're saying, like, oh yeah, calling her a snake is sexist because it's a reference to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and it's the original. It's a reference to the original sin, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is some Jordan Peterson level analysis. Like, I can't imagine like my mind just going there. That's just so weird to me. But that's how it is with some of these people, you know? Fitting the guy hasn't come on, though. Wait, been here. He's welcome to join, but nope. These people never come. It's so sad. I even respond to some in the comments being like, oh, you don't like this, come on and debate. And some of them are like, oh no, I'm not really a debater. And I'm like, yeah, because you're a fucking beta. I can get away with it too, because they're not coming on. I'm the one offering. God should nerf some people's abilities to reach like that. Yeah, they should. Honestly, it's really not fair. They should join the NBA. You know, I wish I had that reach. Calling a woman a name is sexism. I called Elizabeth Warren Senator Warren once. That was sexist. Let's look at this guy's Twitter. No, he's still retweeting stuff. He's just not responding to me. Oh my god, he's retweeting pictures of Hillary Clinton. That's cringe. It's like Ada male orbiter. I don't understand the male orbiter. I've never actually looked into what that is. What is that? What does that mean? Let's look up Urban Dictionary. The non-alpha male who hovers or orbits around and pedestalizes women in hopes they can get their foot in the door and get chosen or laid. What? Guys always cheesing in women's faces and liking their Facebook posts. Such a typical beta orbiter. This is Urban Dictionary. I don't know about that. Maybe I just like your Facebook post. I'm just liking Facebook. Who likes Facebook? A guy that wants to sleep with his female friend. This is just orbiter. The guy that wants to sleep with his female friend. Don't like every guy. He orbits her, hangs out in a needy way, in the hopes of getting sex someday. If the girl is hot, she usually has many orbiters. Go open that hot chick. Don't worry about the guy. He isn't her boyfriend. He's just one of her orbiters. This is from 2006. Oh, wow. So, like, what? A friend? God. I don't... Misogynist people are so weird. Conservatives are so weird. A guy who secretly loves his female friend and may go out of his way to accommodate her? Couch move her? What? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna help you fucking move a couch. Mainly because I have some severe health problems and the doctors told me I shouldn't be doing heavy lifting like that. But I'm still not gonna help you move the couch. Either the guy was shot down early on and was placed in the friend zone, or he never had the balls to ask her out and inadvertently placed himself in the friend zone. What? Listen, some people don't agree with this, but friend zone isn't real. It's not a thing. You can totally date your friends. You just need to be upfront and honest about what you want, what you're thinking. Be honest about your emotions, and don't be weird about it. Like that's really all there is to it. Peter wasn't actually a real friend. He was just another orbiter of yours. That's why he was being an ass to your new boyfriend. Peter is such an orbiter. Look, he's moving his hot friend's couch on his back. Wussy, pussy, AFC, spineless? AFC. What's that? There aren't any tag definitions. Okay, well that's not helpful. Oh my god, you people in chat. We're still with her. Hillary versus Trump 2024. Oh my god. I just like her post. Exactly what a beta orbiter would say. Hey, I don't know. Listen. Maybe. Hot take. You don't have to date. You don't have to fuck every single person you meet. Is that weird? Imagine being a based red pill Vosov, no friends and no temptations. Oh, I have temptations. It's just more like vodka and gluten. Women can't have male friends. Biologically impossible. It's true. Two types of people. The inseminators and the inseminated. True. Giving advice when you're single. Beta. Oh, we have an angry guy. LOL, this is complete crap. That's why only 12 people watch it. Ben's so bad at debating, go debate him. He goes, all college campuses you won't because you're a keyboard warrior. Alan Bernard Jr. Why don't you come on and debate me? I would love to debate Ben Shapiro. He won't let me. I'll probably get removed from his events. And he's welcome to call into my stream if he wants, but he probably won't. He doesn't care about me. Only 12 people watch it. Why do people try to insult like that? I don't really care. Alan Bernard Jr., get in the fucking Discord. Let's fucking go. I'm calling you out. Don't be a beta cuck. Let's go. I'm in here. It's in the description of this stream. Get in my Discord. Join the voice. There's a voice channel called The Arena. Hop the fuck in. I think Alan left since you're down to 11 viewers. Fucking beta. He won't because he's a keyboard warrior beta cuck. Anyway. We need to control the inseminators as they keep tricking the inseminate. Oh my god. I have a cold, so like I can only do like so much right now. So I'm coming into this debate with a handicap. It should be easy for you, yo. We need to control the inseminated as they keep tricking the inseminators. Is that how it goes? Listen, I believe in an equal opportunity world. Everybody can be an inseminator if they dream hard enough. And if you want, you can also be inseminated. You can also be an inseminator and inseminated at the same time if you really have enough going for you. It's doable. I believe in all of you. How does one move a couch on one's back if one has no spine? Oh, it's you move it kind of like a jellyfish does. You don't have to fuck everyone. Celiac beta confirmed. True, maybe that's true. True. What about the post-menopausal folks? They become inseminators. There's two types of people. True. Hold on. Can I address this guy? Oh, wait, it didn't work. Hold on. He's gone. I guess he is. Oh, we have to like open up the stream link for this? Ugh, hold on. I still have the snake emoji copy pasted. God, why do these people... They come, they talk shit, and then they run away like little fucking babies. Can you fucking believe it? I believe it. Fucking beta babies. Being inseminated and inseminated at the same time. Threesomes for the win. Oh, I didn't say it was a threesome. If you know what I mean. They talk shit and then they run away like little fucking babies. Can you fucking believe it? I believe it. Fucking beta babies. That mic sounds so good though. Hold on. Where is this? Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Elsie Jean. Didn't you leave a comment a little while back and I was like, fuck you? I don't remember. I don't remember anything anymore, really. He's a drive-by debater. Yeah, maybe. Huh, how do I not? Okay, whatever. I guess I don't have a way to do that. I probably did. Hey, the YouTube comments are like a lawless, demilitarized zone, and I let just about everything go. I don't really... Oh no, you're not the same person as somebody else. No, I found the comment. It's not you. I'm sorry. I was confusing you with a Destiny fan. It's not you. Every once in a while I get some Destiny fans and it's like, what the fuck? You people are crazy. I mean, I have to say I like it when my men last a little bit longer. You don't like it when your men just run away from you? For shame. It just left us. I love putting... I was really hoping we get some more like Ben Shapiro stands in here. To get maybe one of... Because like I get angry comments on the videos all the time. I was hoping to get one of them. And this guy just... He came and he left. Hold on, let's look at his YouTube page. Let's go to his channel. Is there anything on here? There's nothing. Like this. Nothing on here. Alan Bernard Jr. Shame. Sad. That's sad. You got nothing. You don't have any subscribers. You got nothing. You win nothing. Good day, sir. I'm sad. That means he's not coming. And neither will I. Doesn't Destiny have a pretty diverse fan base? Ooh, well, I mean, some of his audience is diverse. That's fine. That's one thing. But when I say Destiny fans, I don't mean people who watch Destiny. I mean fans of him as a person. Those people, they're crazy. Usually, like, if you're like someone who comes in and defends Destiny, it's like there's not really much arguing with you. You're probably just someone who's like, you really like him. What was I? Oh man. Weird. Okay. I almost never leave comments. So usually watching my TV, and YouTube's TV app doesn't support comments, chat. You kind of think it should. Or maybe it's better that it doesn't. Oh my god, I'm yawning. I think we're gonna wind the stream down here in a moment. Imagine standing a self-identified psychopath. Thought Destiny's fans tended to be clones of him. True and true. Does he call himself a psychopath? I've said he's like LARPing as a sociopath. Cause like some of his actions before, it's like, yeah, it doesn't look like a psychopath. And then sometimes I feel like he gets confronted with something and then he's like, well, I have to keep the act up. Yeah. There's that woman in Australia, wherever, who doesn't find him repulsive. Oh yeah, the fan that he flew like halfway across the world to hook up with. That was weird. She was like Swedish, and they met up in New Zealand. So fucking weird. Oh man. End the stream. I need to study. You don't need to watch. It's that easy. That easy, Neil Spartan. Sociopath. Sorry about that. No, it's fine because there's no medical definition for a sociopath. It's just like a word society's picked up on. I don't find it repulsive when the audio is muted. It's too late. Sometimes you talk too much and it ruins it. Bye, Clemensby. Am I a bad person if I unironically find Nick Fuentes funny and entertaining? Yeah. There's, God, that clip where he's like following Ben Shapiro, and he's like, well, I guess he's hiding just like a Palestinian. Was like, what the fuck? Fucking evil piece of shit. I mean, you could find him kind of, you know, charismatic, but I don't know. Rob, Swedish student who was 18, 19. Yeah, legal, but it's still weird. That did come out super Christian-y. All right. Well, I think we've given the guy enough time. He clearly doesn't want to come back on to debate. I was hoping he would. We're gonna... Yeah, okay, we don't need to read any more beta orbiters. Don't really need to read any more comments. All right, I'm disappointed. I was hoping the guy would actually come to debate me. I was hoping that guy would come back. I was hoping that guy on Twitter might come on. But nope. Fucking betas. All right, everybody. It's been fun. we're ending the stream. Have fun. Have a good rest of your day. Have a fun afternoon, evening, maybe morning. Some of you are all over the world. You know how it goes. You know what it do. Be here next Saturday, probably around the same time. We'll probably working on another video or two. Not quite sure when they'll come out. Sometime soon. If I'm feeling up for it, I might try streaming something else sometime in the week. But we'll see. No promises. All right. Bye, everyone.